welcome to the Crypto Weekly Update. It's Lisa here, and we're going to look at why BTC didn't go to 40K, Ethereum at a new all-time high and just entered a super cycle, and 15 charts in 15 minutes, and of course, the chart of the week. All happening right now. Hey everyone, let's start first with BTC. So we can see that BTC is in this rising channel here. These are always a worry because they do have a tendency to break down, but not as yet. So let's have a look. So this is the 4-hour chart, and we can see that we've had a strong bounce on this region, on this lower, which was about the 46K mark, sort of 47K mark. We've come up, we've curled down, and we've really created this strong channel in this region. So we are holding. So on the lower time frames, we see some MA support in these regions. So if we go to the 15-minute, we've got strong EMA support right now, and then our MAs are supporting as we bounce. So we did break down from the MAs and we've come quickly back up. So it's looking really, really strong in this channel at the moment. So if we go to a 2-hour chart, we can see that we've got a strong wick down to the channel. We can also see that the 200 and 100 are just about to cross. So this is really awesome because this is a bullish cross, which means that potentially this is going to continue up. It's a lot stronger than what it looks in the channel. So we've got lots of volume coming into the market, lots of money coming into the market from lots of different regions, through retail, through business, through, excitement from company reports. So we go back to the 4-hour. We're still crossed down, but we're starting to swoop up on this and we're starting to get that cross. So that's a really good sign. Now, if you're trading EMAs, which I know a lot of people do, and I've got a scalp strategy, but it works on the larger time frames as well. So our EMA crossed down at about the 51,500-ish mark, which means that you would have bought in if you were in a swing trade in this region. It's come down, didn't cross here. It held and it's continued up. So we did look like we were going to have another cross and maybe a drop down, within this region, and they've started to flare out again. So this is a really good sign that BTC is looking really strong. So this wave target here, I have around just under the 66 mark. So if we can get past that with that resistance, there's a little bit of resistance in that region. We have 77 to 78,000 for the next wave. We could still be in the corrective waves right now. So that's the other thing as well. So unless we can cross this 66, this potentially is an A, B, C, D pattern, and we are still correcting. So this could be the 5. We could have had a ending diagonal in this region, and then going into a larger correction here. So there's a potential that we've got another pivot in this area here. And at that point, we either go up or we go down. That's what pivots do in Elliott wave. So if we put some waves on this, we could potentially have a B, and another C in this region. Or if we hit this pivot and it's super bullish, we might just continue up. So they're the options that we've got on BTC at the moment. But at this point in time, we still are going up. So yeah. So Ethereum, I'm going to jump straight into that because it's been like the chart of the day. So just due to the fact that we have hit a new all-time high on Ethereum, and we have just gone over 3,000, which this blue line is our technical pivot on Ethereum. So that puts us into a super cycle. So BTC is now in a super cycle going to 142K. The chart I will link under here, and it is also on TradingView. So Ethereum has also just gone into the super cycle, which is really exciting. and it's coming up. So we've got potentially a $6,000 move. So we've got 100% move on Ethereum. Even if you're in a low level margin, 100% on Ethereum is 1,000. So it's, you know, so 100% by 10 is 1,000. You know, it's a low level margin. That's big profits. So I normally keep it to about 10%. When I'm in short areas, I will, you know, sort of go as far as 50% if I'm scalping. But when I'm in a long-term trade, it's no more than 10%. So Ethereum is looking really, really strong right now. So if we have a look, we're still in this third wave. So we are in this third of the third. So that's the most explosive wave. So, and usually from this point, it doubles. So we saw that in BTC where we hit that 30K mark, and we hit that what was called the bridge in BTC. So we hit that point and we doubled. So we went to 60,000. So at this point, this is the same point that we had in BTC a while back. So in Ethereum, so we've hit that. We're going to, we could see a little bit of sideways in this region and then a continuation up. So to 6,000. So at this point in the pattern, it is the fastest and the swiftest. So it's the three of the three. And that wave potentially just doubles within a short period of time. So coming up to Ethereum 3.0, we should see those explosive waves that we've seen in ADA, in Elrond, in Matic, all going into their, you know, their larger patterns and into, you know, major news. Theta also had the same stuff happening with their mainnet. So when these big launches happen and big news happens, this is what happens in these patterns. So Ethereum is one to definitely hold for not only the short term, but the long term, because this super cycle pattern takes us to 15K. So even if you were to hold this wave and just keep pushing your stop loss up, this is a really, really awesome like outlook for Ethereum. So, you know, hoping everything runs smoothly and hoping it all goes to plan, but Ethereum should see 15K by the end of this next wave in the bull run. This bull run, being a super cycle, could go for 2 to 3 years. So it's not a short-term thing. So long-term bids and put them in and yeah, get hodling. Okay, so this is the Ethereum Btc pair, and we can see on the chart here that we've potentially, so on my chart, it's originally this region here, but the waves are looking really strong against BTC. So if you were in my getting started in crypto.com, you would have seen a relative value for pairings with this chart showing that BTC is the weaker coin and Ethereum is the stronger coin right now. So therefore Ethereum is going to continue up. So this is what we want to see when we're trading it. So if you're trading the ETH BTC pair, you would be in this chart when BTC is sort of stable-ish and or going sideways and Ethereum is powering on. So that just makes this more value for Ethereum. So that's how the relative value works when you've got a pairing. So normally in a bull market, you would trade BTC because BTC is in the bull market. And when you're trading alts, you trade USDT because in a bull market, the BTC is stronger. So therefore it makes the alt pair weaker. So you're not making as much money as you would in USDT. So in this case, Ethereum is the stronger pair. So you're making more money when you've got an Ethereum BTC pair because both are quite valuable tokens and coins. But when they're paired together, Ethereum right now is the stronger one. So we can see at times BTC has been stronger and we've had a pullback on Ethereum. But right now we've continued up. So we're in this 3, which potentially could finish here and then turn around, but it's not looking likely. It looks like we're going to continue up. So we're going to get that wave extension on Ethereum. And then our 5th should continue right up to this region. So we'll have a small pullback here and then a continuation. So overall, ETH is looking really, really strong. So when we have a quick look at the total market cap, we have this nice V-shaped pattern. So we could get a pullback at some stage, but I think we're going to continue up to touch this channel before we do get a pullback. So that's the pattern I'd like to see happening. So we've had this major pullback that allows all of the patterns for BTC and a lot of the alts to finish off, and we get this continuation. So how I would like to see this play out is sort of this region sort of coming up like this, a small pullback, not right down to the channel. Potentially we can go down to the channel. That's how channels work. It doesn't break any patterns by doing so. But the stronger pattern would be for money to keep coming into the market and for this pattern to continue up. So overall, the market is looking very strong right now. We haven't hit any major resistance points. We've passed all of those over the weekend. We had some pullbacks on Sunday. It tends to be the day at the moment where we're pulling back. So the Sunday, Bloody Sunday, as I've been naming it. And, you know, it's kind of moved. So we did have that. Mondays were always the day, you know, in the previous years that would happen. So now Sunday seems to be the day, which is good because we can all go out and relax and have a good time on a Sunday. So, yeah, so lots of money coming into the total market cap right now. Ethereum powering on and BTC looking super strong in that channel. So, let's get to the 15 alts in 15 minutes. Okay, so welcome back. 15 alts in 15 minutes. Let's start with ENQ. So now this ENQ chart has done 425% and absolutely looks like it is dying, but to me, there's opportunity. So we've broken down a couple of times on my stop loss, but on the third attempt, we normally get a breakthrough. So we can see on the RSI that we're starting to even out and we are getting a small bounce. We've almost finished. We're coming down to this 200 MA. Now this is a 6-hour chart. So if we drop this back to the 4-hour, we can see that we've got support in this region with this MA. So we're holding it. It dripped down just below and it's just holding right now. So potentially this RSI is really oversold and it's about to bounce. So this is a really good one to be looking at entering into, laddering in, or just, you know, sitting and waiting. It has some big moves when it does move and it's well worth the wait. So this is number one. Let's see if I can count this week. Number two. We have Kusama, another one of my favorites. So I have this on most weeks. Last week we were down here and we've had a really strong channel bounce. So within this channel bounce, we have done 50% profits, which is awesome. So we are now coming back down. We're correcting within this little sort of pullback here. And we are going to touch the 100 and 200 MAs. Now the 100 and 200 MAs have crossed over bullish. This is the hour chart. So if we jump to a 4-hour chart, we are looking still very strong. We've got strong support of these MAs and they look to be swooping up to go bullish. So Kusama, this is a long-term hold for me. I buy all the dips. It's one that I like to keep sort of going and going and going. So yeah, so that was number two. Let's go to number three. So number three, we've got alerts everywhere. Number three, we've got Doggy Coin. So Doggy Coin, the meme coin, and it's on TikTok. It's on every social media platform. All the kids are trading it. So when you want to get into crypto and you're a kid, it's cool to have Doggy. So it's cool for you to have Doggy too, because we like money and we have made 50% profits in Doggy over the last week. So we are on a strong support. Elon Musk continues to tweet it. So we could see a small drop to about the 36 range here and then a continuation up. So that's not a big drama. I don't see any issues with Doggy. We do have some big moves coming. So, you know, pop some of this into your bag and yeah, start barking. So next we have our number 4 chart, which is XRP. So another one that is potentially dead all the time. So we've had a lot of whale calls with unlocks this week. So team unlocks and lots of tokens technically flooding onto the market. So the team has actually said that they're not going to be selling tokens. So XRP is safe for now. So we are looking really good and really strong with this wave up. We have a strong channel as well on XRP. Eventually these channels do break down, but I do think we have one more wave up on BTC and XRP as a whole and the market before we do have a larger breakdown. So we've got a nice V shape here on XRP. I expect that to continue and then a pullback at that point. So I don't think the pullback is coming until we reach $2 again and see that rejection. So where are we? Number 5. So I have Chainlink. So Chainlink we had last week as well. So we were down here on this channel support and we've had a nice strong bounce. So most of the charts that we had on the show last week did about 50 to 80%. So they were all good movers. So we did 40% on Chainlink and we have hit this median line, which is also a resistance region if we bring some lines up into certain regions. So yeah, so we can see resistance of the cross on the channel. So I like to do that just to know where we're seeing some resistance points on these charts. And we can see that we've got a pullback here along this way and some resistance in this region. So if we're going to the median line on this chart, there's about a little bit of resistance here. It's not major and we should push through. So 63 and 76 is still looking really good for Chainlink. This is so undervalued. It's not funny. This is such an amazing project. So stick some linkies in your bag. The next one is AMPL Ample. So this is number 6. We're still on track. We're still counting. So number 6, this is this one works perfectly to the RSI. So every time we hit this RSI at this resistance, we reject. So sometimes we get stronger waves, other times we get major pullbacks. So we can see that every time we hit this line, we do get a pullback. So right now we are aiming for this pink target. That's my median line and my recalibration line on this chart. And it recalibrates within this area and then it has a strong bounce. We haven't had a strong bounce past this target over the last little while. So I do see that happening in the not too distant future. So we have some big moves. So that's about 100% move that we'll have on Ample in the next, probably month. So if we have a look at this is an Ample chart. This is a Bitfinex chart. And it's again still looking really strong. So we do have these corrections every time we hit this RSI level. We've got the volumes evening out, so I expect some more volume to come in, especially when we get back to that median line. So Ample's a strong buy for me at the moment. I'm in. Number 7, we have DEGO, D-E-G-O. So this one is crawling along a diagonal support. We are retesting this region and we should continue up. So when we do continue in this region, we've got 125% move. So on DEGO. So it's a good investment to just sit and hodl and wait and, obviously set your stop losses and then set your target. So on Binance, really easy to do with an OCO, and you just wait and you make money and you do nothing. So number 7, that was number 7 for DEGO. Number 8, we have Node, which is on Huobi. So this chart again is on this diagonal support. We're crawling across. It has some really big moves when it does start to move. So we can see that we have been in this diagonal range for quite some time. We've still got that curl on this chart. If we go to the higher time frames, it has a beautiful curl. So really, really curling up, and that's what I look for in these charts. We've got this cup pattern, we've had the pullback, and we are about to take off. So if we're looking at this as a cup, this chart is epic. So we pull down our measurement for our cup right in this region. So we've confirmed that. So we go to the top of the cup and we can see that at this point, let's put a line across here, we are going to make some serious profit. So this is almost 0.004 cents in this region. So if we stick some waves on this and we just have a look at how far we need to go. So we've got an almost 173% move coming up on Node. So worth putting some money in on that on Huobi. So my next one is number 9, and NSYNC sing this best. Buy, buy, buy. So this is buy. It is on KuCoin. So it's buoyancy. Now this has had, looks like a slow death, but we chase red candles. We don't chase green ones. So this one is just turning up. We're just starting to get the alt curl. We're just starting to get some volume coming in. Our MACD is curling up and our RSI has broken above resistance. So this one has some big moves on the way. So we have some minor resistance around the 3 cent mark, and then another one around the $4.25 mark. Once we clear those, it's clear sailing, smooth sailing, and we are off and running. So that is number 9, which is buy. So number 10, we're getting hard. So we've got, well, not 1 inch, but we've got hard. So yeah, so we are on, again, this diagonal support. We're coming up to a resistance in this region. I'd like to see this break out and come back down to this cross support. So what I do see, I'll draw some waves on here. So we should go up to, oh, we don't want text on there. So we'll draw some waves on there, some squiggles. So we should go up to this region, down to the cross support, and then fill out this region a little bit more. So hard has some nice moves coming over the next little bit. So we should make about 20 to 40% profit on hard, and before we see a correction. So number 11, I've got some notes today so I can stay on track. We have got 1 inch. So 1 inch has broken out of this bull flag. We are coming back to retest it, and it is looking really, really strong. So if we go back down to a 15-minute chart, we're coming into a strong buy zone, and we have strong support of the 100 and 200, which are crossing over. So they're all starting to cross over in all time frames, which is a really good sign for the market that there's a lot of bullish signs right now. So a retest of this region here, and then we are taking off. So on 1 inch, we should get to 8 inches. So we're going to get the turtle out and keep stroking. So our next number is number 11 or number 12. Hang on, I've skipped one. I think we're at number 12. So we've got Sol. So Sol has been on this diagonal support for quite some time. It's looking really strong. We've retested the channel a little bit as well. So I don't think we're going to come right back down and retest the channel this time, but we are retesting this diagonal support before we continue up. So Sol is one that is incredibly undervalued. You know, it competes with likes of BNB, and we all know what's happened with BNB recently. So, you know, have a look at Sol and keep some in your bag. So we have news crypto. So this is one that we've been following for quite some time, and it is super, super strong. So since we've been charting it on Twitter in this run, so we haven't had a little bit of a sideways run, we have gone 246% profits. And, you know, earlier we were in this coin, and, you know, we have gone from the bottom when we started trading this on Twitter. We've gone 1,250%. So that is massive. So, and this one has got so much development and so much exciting things happening. They're partnering with people, they're building, they're developing, they've got main nets, they've got all sorts of things happening. You can jump into their Discord, you can get into their Telegram group, and you can find out what they're doing. And, you know, so News Crypto is a stronghold for me. If you don't have this, buy the dips. It's not financial advice, but buy the dips. So our next chart of the week is fun. So this one, oh, it's already taken off. Fun is super fun right now by the looks of it. So I was going to tell you all that, you know, we were stuck under the MAs and we were going to see a little bit of, you know, sideways, but obviously we're not. We've gone and we're having fun right now. So at this point, from when I did do the chart, where my star is, and we've absolutely taken off. So we've done 53% so far, and we are out of resistance on fun. So we have broken out of the resistance in this region. We've broken out of the resistance in this region. So fun has some free air in this space until we get to around the 65, and then we'll see some resistance of this horizontal line in this region. So fun is going to be really super fun. So RSI right at this point will probably see a little bit of a pullback and then a continuation up. So number 14. Oops, we've done that one. Number 14 is RVP. So if you follow me on Twitter, you would know that the amazing, beautiful Carla just made $1 bazillion on this one. She paid $550 and now she's in 6 figures. So this is the beauty of IDOs and getting in early. So we can see that on this chart, we are in a bull flag and we still have so much room to move. RVP Revolution Popular is basically the most epic project you will find. So it has an amazing team, all built from JP Morgan and Hollywood, and it is just going from strength to strength. So, you know, when we put our Lisa Narchi on this chart, we see that it perfectly hit to the 1. We're pulling back. We've pulled back to the 0.5, which is, you know, a really, really healthy correction, and we're going to continue up. So on this chart, in the not too distant future, we have another 300% move. So we've actually already moved 10,000% on this since the IDO. So this is a massive mover. So when you see me tweet, we do a lot of research in it, getting started at crypto. And so Crypto Plots, Crypto Kruger and I all research these IDOs and I tweet them out. So watch my tweets. If you are in getting started in crypto, we had a monthly Moonbags yesterday and we had a whole heap of IDOs and new coins that you could be in right now and making money. So RVP is right up there on my list. It's in my bags. I recommend it be in yours as well. So, and number 15, last but not least, is Stack Oz. So this is on Uniswap. Now this is a new IDO, was launched a couple of weeks ago. And if we have a look at what happened with our RVP pattern, so we've got this same pattern. So we've come into the market and we've gone sideways and then we've exploded up. So if we have a look at Stack Oz, so we've come into the market, we've gone sideways and we're just about to go up. So this chart is looking really, really strong, really, really strong project. So do your own research and check it out. So it is cloud hosting and cloud websites. And, you know, it gets around the, I've solved so many issues with websites. It's not funny. So they're building a mainnet very soon. They've got so much stuff happening. So we've got 1,000% move coming at least on this one. So I do recommend getting into this one really early and hodling on right now. Because it's on Uniswap, you can't use a stop loss, which is a little bit annoying, but I don't think you're going to need to, because it's absolutely going to be huge. So that's our 15 charts in 15 minutes. Let's recap those. We had EMQ, KSM, Dodge, XRP, Chainlink, Ample, Digo, Node, Buy, Hard, Sol, News Crypto, Fun, Stack RVP, and this one, Stack Oz. So that brings us to chart of the week. Okay, so our chart of the week last week was BAL, B-A-L, and we've got a 300% profit potential, so there's no need to close this trade just yet. So we have a look at where we were last week. We've made 44% on this chart, which is a really strong bounce for our chart of the week. Often they do they do more than that, and this one's had some really strong moves. We're coming up to a channel, so it's still got lots of room to go if you're in this trade. So, but this week our chart of the week is burger. We're flipping some burgers with Binance, and we can see this is a relatively new chart pattern, but we've come down, we're holding this diagonal support. We've got a really strong wave pattern on entry. So we've seen coins like Alice and Luna all have this similar pattern, and then a continuation up before a larger drop. So burger is looking really, really strong right now to have some big moves. We've got 100% profit potential in this region. We should fill out this area a little bit more. So we have this triangle. What I'd like to see on this chart is basically the breakout, come down to the cross support, and then a continue up. So that's potentially what we should be seeing on burger over the next week. So start laddering into this chart. I think it's going to be huge and, you know, have some really good moves. A lot of these dexes are moving really strongly and have some really strong consolidation, strong money coming into them. So this is a really good, really strong looking chart right now. So obviously if the channel does break down, we've got a channel formed here. We would have a stop loss down here in this region. Usually about 3 to 5% is what I recommend, but we should get at least 40 to 50% profit on this one this week. So that has been the weekly crypto update. Thank you for joining me, and we'll be back here next Monday with the same. So BTC, Ethereum, 15 charts in 15 minutes, and of course, the trade of the week. So you can find me on Twitter, and you can also find me in Getting Started in Crypto. So if you're not a member, it's $2, just over $2 a day, $69 a month, and it's worth the money because we do a full BTC breakdown. We do tips and tricks on how to do it. We do a weekly Zoom video, and you've got a forum where we've got moderators and really helpful people in there that can answer all your questions. So if you're a new trader, $2, just $2.26 a day, and you can get the answers. So we'll help you out. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you back here next Monday.